All right. Well, let's get straight to work. Please let me know if the sound's working. Let some people join in, and we'll do some tea time at the Masters cooking. How's it going, buddy? How's it going? Just waiting for a few more people, but doing tea time at the Masters. Chocolate chip coffee cake recipe here. It's a pretty old recipe book, so it should be interesting. And we'll be baking it in like one of these. So we'll see what's up. Hopefully it turns out good. How's it going? Let me know if my sound is working good in the chat, and I'll get started here. Chocolate chip coffee cake. Let me know if my sound's working all right. All right, let's see. All right. Well, anybody have this or seen this or anything? Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Garrett? All right. I got my chat set up now. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. How about yourself? Good evening. How's it going? How are you doing? Man, doing good. Doing good. Hopefully we do good with this. I do good with this recipe, this chocolate chip coffee cake. Um, this cookbook, this was given to me as a gift. I've made a couple things out of this, but never made this one, so it should be pretty interesting. But it's tea time at the Masters, and I think what it is it's the Junior League of Augusta, Georgia. So there's some golfing pro, like, I forget exactly which ones they are. Some of the recipes are kind of weird, but there's a lot of like pro golfers whose families put recipes in there for them. And there's some pretty cool stuff in there. But we're doing the chocolate chip coffee cake. Oh, nice. What time is it for me here? It's let's see, it's 11 p.m. 11 p.m. at night. This is like one of the better times for me to stream because there's nobody up, there's no kids running around. My dog's usually pretty chill right now. All right. Well, I hope it'll be amazing. It does sound amazing. I'll go ahead and get started with it. And it seems pretty easy. We'll be using a bundt cake. It says pan. It says that you can use just about anything, but in the recipe it calls for a 9-inch tube pan. I do not have that. That would be the closest thing I've got, so it should work out fine. hopefully, hopefully. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get started and we'll see what's up. Hopefully this works out, but let's go. It is hotter than heck in here from the heat and weirdly cold, kind of like flurrying snow outside a little bit, just a little bit. I don't know if it still is though, but hopefully we get more snow. We haven't gotten much. All right, so pretty easy. We're gonna cream the sugar and butter until fluffy. So I'm gonna need 1 cup of sugar. I've got my 1 cup of sugar right here. And then I've got my butter right here, and this would be a 1/2 cup of butter. Now the cool thing about this is when we get to the end, we'll be adding a topping that'll go on top of it. Well, I guess technically it'd be the bottom, but it'd mix in. I guess it'd kind of mix in. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add this. Now I've been letting that sit for a second, so it should cream up pretty good, hopefully. We'll see though. We shall see. Right. And then we've got, after that, we're going to add in some flour and some sour cream and some eggs, baking powder, baking soda, and some vanilla extract. So I'm going to grab that sour cream real quick. Making sure that I had the sour cream. All right, so let's cream this up. Here we go. Cream the sugar and butter until fluffy. All right. I guess I can go a little bit faster now. All right, yeah. So when I add in the flour next, it'll be 2 cups of plain flour that I'm adding into this. And then of course baking powder and baking soda that I've already mixed into the flour. I went ahead and just threw that in there real quick, but we'll be adding that here in just a second. I love the hat. Mellow vibe while baking. Heck yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I like to, well, I try to go golfing. It's kind of here where I'm at in Utah to go golfing all the time. But right now the weather's been good. So I've been getting out there, trying to get some sun. You go golfing? Any of you golf? Oh. All right, well now it's starting to get there. It's starting to look right. So I'm gonna keep it going for just a little bit more. All right. I think we're good. That's what we're looking like right now. Kind of looks like mashed potatoes. All right. Been a couple times. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, golfing's fun. I put like a couple little golf holes in my backyard, and I go out there, and I've been trying to teach my son how to putt, and he can do it like on a little indoor mat. But when we go outside, even I have trouble back there because the grass is so high around the holes most of the time. But it's fun. I mean, it's something you can almost do anywhere too, which is nice. All right. So we've got that done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add that flour. So I've got 2 cups of flour in here, and then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon baking powder and 1 teaspoon baking soda too. And yeah, it's already in there. So I'm just going to totally add it in there. It doesn't tell me to slowly add it or anything crazy like that. And then sour cream, eggs, and baking powder, so that's already in there. So yeah, we'll add a sour cream next. So 1 cup of sour cream, I'm gonna add that in. And I had here it is. So this 1/4, a half, whoa. All right, I guess there's a little extra. There we go. There we go. All righty, got that in there. And then what they said, 2 eggs. So I've got 2 eggs right here. Go ahead and get those in. Awesome. Has anybody made a coffee cake before? Or anything like this, like a chocolate chip coffee cake? Let me know. We're at 41 viewers, heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, the live stream thing's pretty cool. I like that I can actually interact with people and not like just be sitting there trying to upload stuff, because most people, they'll comment once and then they'll never say anything again. So I'm like, okay. But thank you for commenting and joining the chat. But yeah, so we got our 2 eggs in there. And then, oh yeah, got to add the vanilla. So I'm just doing a teaspoon of this pure vanilla. This is a half a teaspoon that I'm using. All right, so we're gonna beat this on low speed, and then we'll beat it on medium speed for 3 minutes. So like 60 seconds on low. It's probably so the people making this don't blow this all over the kitchen or something. Do not go straight into high speed on that. All right, I think we can go higher now. You almost need a dough hook with this one. Look at that, that's crazy. It was like spinning straight up into the into the thing right now. All right, so 3 minutes. I'm just making sure there's not supposed to be anything else in here. Yeah, just 3 minutes. Well, this is very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it do this before. Have you ever seen that before? Yeah. If I come up, it'll go back down, but we'll just keep doing it for 3 minutes like it says. Oh, there it goes. It just randomly dropped. Yeah, this is some of the thick, like very, very thick, almost like, it's almost like a dough. It's not like a batter, it's like a dough. I think it's just because you're blending so much fat at one time. Oh my God. I just flung it everywhere. Oh my gosh. Well, I think we're good. I think we did that right. Just gotta get all of that off of me real quick. I'm sure it's like, yeah, that flung everywhere. Oh yeah, some coffee cake. Making coffee cake, chocolate chip coffee cake. And we just completed almost the main batter here. And we're gonna stir in a half a cup of chocolate chips right now. Now, thank goodness it says stir because I really don't want to use that thing anymore right now. I don't know what was going on. That was pretty crazy. I've never seen the dough just like jump up into the thing like that. All right, so half a cup. And I think with these, I will be adding another half a cup because in the recipe it says a 6-ounce package of chocolate chips. Well, I'm using, well, this is a 20-ounce package, but 6 ounces, 3 ounces is a half a cup. So, and we're gonna put this first half into here, and then the other half will be used a little bit later. The directions kind of weren't clear on that. All right, so we've got a half a cup in there, and we're just gonna stir these in. Looking delicious. Looking good. It's much more like batter now. It's not like dough anymore. Yeah. So Got that stirred in. All right. So now we're going to pour that into a greased 9-inch tube pan. I'm going to use the, where am I going with this? I'm going to use the, oh, forgot to tell you at the beginning, set your oven or pre-bake your, get your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I did it a little bit earlier and I totally forgot about it, and I just noticed that heat. But definitely want to do that first. All right, so we got that. This is the pan I've got, so we're going to grease that up. And I think I'm going to be lazy today. Yeah, I'm going to be lazy today. I'm going to hit it with the spray. And then, just because this is an old school recipe, I'm going to put a little extra than usual. And we're going to throw a little bit of flour in here, because it does say a greased pan. So I'll just kind of rub that around a little bit. We should be good. These Wilton pan things, they tend to always work pretty good. I've never really had a problem with them, with stuff like slipping out of it. It usually doesn't have any problem at all. There we go. That should be good. All right, so now get that batter in there. All righty. Whoa. Did I toss something again? I feel like I tossed something. Yeah. Probably should have used this to begin with, or to start with, right? All right. Get that out of the way. Oh, I'm just going to kind of spin it like that. All right. Just make sure it's even on both sides as I fling more whatever. I don't know what that was. I think I just shot a chocolate chip somewhere over there. All right. Check the comments real quick. Wipe my hands off. Oh yeah, definitely pour some milk. I might have some more of that cookie milk stuff, because we were making some the other day, but my son might have finished that off, but I definitely got some milk for sure. Yeah, I've still got some of the cookie milk stuff, so I might be using that. Probably should have greased and floured that pan, huh? It might stick. Yeah, I just did. I just floured it and greased it up pretty good. I was just being lazy and I used the spray and flour method. but we'll be good. This little Wilton pans always work pretty good for me. So, but we'll see. Maybe we won't. Oh no, you're totally good, man, or ma'am, or what does your name say? C. Thomas, you're good. If you just joined, you just like legitimately, I just did that, and but it's funny because I was kind of like, should I do the whole butter and the flour thing, or should I just grease it with the spray real quick and flour it? No, you're totally good. Hey, be as bossy as you want. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, you're good. You're good. But yeah, so we've got the batter in there. We got the chocolate chips in there. We've got the pan greased up. Hopefully it works. And yeah, now what we're going to do is we're going to combine brown sugar, cocoa, and flour. And then we're going to cut in butter until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. So this should be interesting. So I've got my flour right there that we'll be needing, a half a cup of flour, and then we'll need a half a cup of light brown sugar. So I've got some light brown sugar right here. I'll need my half cup. And I've got this extra bowl here. 1 second. Alrighty, there's like some flour still in that one. All right, what do we got? Half cup, right? I said half cup, yeah, half cup light brown sugar. So just adding that to the bowl real quick. After we get that in, we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons cocoa. So I've got the Hershey's one, and then I got this Ghirardelli, I don't know how to say it. I can't see it. I think that's what it says. This is the good one. We'll use this one. So we need 1.5 teaspoons. You know, I think I still have another package of this cocoa inside somewhere, inside the pantry over there. But I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Oh, I can see it now. It fell down, yeah. So, but here's a half, 1. I'm doing a bigger one. There we go. All right. Well, we got the cocoa in there. And that flour, what did I do with my flour? There's my flour, half a cup of plain flour. So, got the flour in there as well. And we're gonna cut in butter until mixture resembles those coarse crumbs. So, what did I do with those? And that butter is 1/4 a cup of butter. I was lucky because I've got a stick here that's 1/4 a cup. But I think we can get away with using this thing. So hopefully, because it doesn't say chilled, but it says cut the butter. So I'm assuming that they mean like, kind of like biscuits, right? So we'll see. This butter is chilled, so it should crumb up. I'm just chopping that real quick. There we go. That was 1/4 a cup of butter that I got in there real quick. Let's see. Yes, it is beginning to smell a lot like Christmas. I mean, we've got all sorts of baked goods that came into the house today, and like between this and I've just been going back and forth and just a bunch of fudge. Got a bunch of Christmas fudge and Christmas cookies. Right. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody. All right, so I think we're pretty good on this. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll cut this in, and then we're going to add in some sliced almonds after we get this mixed in there. Whoa. Oh, and we still have to put in that other half a cup of the chocolate chips as well. Well, so far this is working. See, it's starting to turn in the crumbs. Wow. I almost fell asleep. Said hi. How's it going? Welcome to my live stream where a couple days a week I will find any cookbook recipe, any cookbook, I'll find a recipe that sounds good and we will attempt to make it. And I've never made this one. I've made similar things, but not like this. And this book I'm using is Tea Time at the Masters. And I've noticed that all of these southern recipes have butter in them. So you know it's going to be good. Probably my favorite is all the southern recipes, for sure. And I think that, yeah, I'm pretty sure they all have butter. Yeah. So far, this is working quite nice. Let's see. You know what? It smells like Nesquik mixed with milk. I don't know why, but it smells like Nesquik and milk. All right. It's definitely starting to look like sand. Like you could probably build a little sand castle out of this. Yeah, it's clumping like sand. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, that's what I got so far. I'll do it just a little bit more. That is so loud. All right, so we're gonna add a half a cup of chocolate chips straight into this. And then we're also gonna add a half a cup of almonds, sliced or chopped, into this as well. So I've got my sliced almonds right here. Do you fly fish? No, I actually, I've never been fly fishing, and I have one of those Japanese ones where it doesn't have the reel. And I've been meaning to go because there's trout, like, probably like, I don't know, like 5 minutes from my house in this river that's right over there. And the last time I went fishing, I was just a couple months ago. I threw it in there and the trout stared at me, but I was not fly fishing. So maybe that's what was wrong. But you big fly fishing? Like, do you live in like Idaho or Utah, Wyoming area? Let me know. But yeah, fly fishing is something that I'd like to get into more. And the Japanese one without the reel, it's pretty interesting. I forget what that's called though. Let me know if you know what it's called. Yeah, so any nuts you want to add, I mean, they said almonds, sliced or chopped, so we're going with the sliced ones. And just to make sure, we cut in the butter, we did that. Now we stir in the nuts and remaining chocolate chips. Crumble mixture evenly over the batter. So there goes that. And then we're gonna add a half a cup of the chocolate chips. God, and I hope this is that. Yeah, this is the half a cup. Just make sure. This just seems like a lot, but it's because they're the mini ones. That's why. Yeah, fly fishing. It's very it's very unique. I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool for sure. And the scenery is just like, especially like just being out there, just hanging out. I like to go camping. Like I'll go jeeping and like four-wheel stuff like that, and I'll go out and get a fire going and cook. Maybe I'll do a live stream. I know a couple of spots where I might get service a little bit, and I'll cook something out there. But yeah, we've got the nuts and we've got chocolate chips. So we're gonna mix this up with everything. And it did say that you can chop the almonds if you don't like the shaved ones, but I'm assuming you can just do anything you want. You don't even have to use the almonds. I actually happen to like almonds though. I'm very specific about what I put walnuts in though. That's something where I'm just kind of like, all right. Well, you know, it's funny. As soon as I put the almonds in here, then it actually mixes up like the coarse sand that we were talking about. Oh yeah, it definitely. It looks straight up like a topping now. It was looking a little weird for a second, but there we go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that, and we're going to take our batter here, and yeah, stir in nuts, crumble mixture evenly over batter. So it's funny because there's this sausage breakfast blend recipe that's underneath this one, and I keep looking at the end of it. It's weirdly the same. Kind of weird. But I'm just spooning this over evenly like it said. All right. And then I'll show you real quick what we're looking like. All right, I'm getting crazy over here. I'm getting too crazy over here. That's what we're looking like, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and bake this. Now, because of the size of this, or the pan's a little bit different, they call for 60 to 65 minutes that you bake this. I'm gonna bake this for 55 minutes. And yeah, you just straight get it in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in there. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Nice topping. Get that timer on for 55 minutes. And I'm not gonna keep the live stream on for 55 minutes, but what I will do is I will pull this in 55 minutes because I'm gonna have to. And then if you wanna jump on the stream again, I promise I will live stream as soon as I get that out of the oven. I'm gonna pull it out of the oven, let it cool for about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll jump back on the stream. I'll cut a slice, whatever, and then I'll go to bed. But I'll stream again, and then I'll of course make a short on it as well. But if you have any questions or anything that you want to talk about, let me know. I've got 55 minutes, so but you just let me know if you got anything, any sort of recipes you want to see me make. Merry Christmas to you too. And I'll check through the chat right now. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I've got all sorts of good recipes to make, and I was thinking about doing some like fruitcake cookies. It's been kind of a pain sourcing some of the stuff out that I need, but there's like a couple of, I'm trying to find the recipe right now, but I don't know where it went. Let's see if I can find it. But if you've got any ideas or anything, let me know in the chat. There's all the pies, the cakes. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Cookies and candy. Fruitcake cookies. Yeah, this is a good one. So this one right here, it's got butter, dark brown sugar, 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of bourbon. I thought it was rum. Enough milk to make half a cup, 3 cups of plain flour. It's got cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, baking soda, candied cherries, candied pineapple. It's got dates in it, raisins, and six cups of nuts chopped. That's a lot. But I don't know. I mean, this must make a lot. Oh. The recipe says it makes 6 dozen. So I guess I could just chop that in half. But I might make this one, at least for like kind of like a holiday cookie or something. It sounded interesting. I think I got everything, including the cherries, which for some reason those were a little hard to find around here. You're from Texas. I'm in kind of close to you. I'm in Utah. Greetings. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, let me know. I'm going to let this thing bake. We've got 52 minutes. And I guess what I'll do is I'll take a little break here for a second, and then I'll jump back on when that's done. And we'll see how it turns out. We'll flip it, get a close-up on it, just boom. Hopefully it turns out all right. But I don't know. I mean, it looked delicious. So hopefully it turns out good. But yeah, let me know if you got any questions or anything like that. I know I've said that like 50 times, right? But I'm going to clean up and take a break. And I think I think this should turn out pretty good. So I'm going to check it real quick and just see what we're looking like. And I think what happens is I think when that batter heats up, I think all of that topping, it kind of just goes into it and bakes around it type of deal. So it should be delicious. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Especially like all of the Utah that's closest to you is like the best parts of Utah, like the places that you want to go. I live like way up north and I'm surrounded by mountains and all sorts of stuff to do. But most of the time I always spend it like way down south. Like sometimes 3 hours away from here, sometimes 6, 7 hours away from here south, closer to Texas. Very close to Arizona, right there by the Grand Canyon. There's some good spots too by that Page, Arizona. That's a good spot to go, especially if you've never been to Utah, like all right on the border there and everything. They've got, trying to think what it's called. Well, they kind of have stuff similar to Texas, like some of the Mexican food and stuff that you'll find in Page. They have some old school places, but they do not have kolaches. I used to live in Houston for like, I don't know, like a year and a half, and I missed the kolaches. That was like my favorite thing, getting up every morning and having one of those. Michigan, awesome. What's up, Michigan? Utah, and Michigan. When was the last time I went to Michigan? I have an uncle that lives there in Grosse Ile, maybe. I could be saying that wrong. Grosse Ile. He lives like next to Detroit or something. I don't know. He's never left. He still lives there though. I know that. Yeah, Michigan's cool though. Yeah, Great Lakes. I used to go to Lake Erie all the time. All the time I go to Lake Erie. Kelly's Island, Put-in-Bay, Ohio. That place is nuts. All right, well, I'm gonna let this thing cook. I guess I'll just end the stream for now. And if you're on in 48 minutes, I'll see you again. I'll just put the same title or whatever. But thank you for watching. We'll let this thing cook. Philadelphia. What's up, Philly? I've never been to Philadelphia. Never been to Philadelphia. But I've got 2 friends that live there that would be so happy if I randomly showed up. They've been trying to get me out there for a long time. Look at that. That was from that batter that was like jumping up on the things earlier. All right, well, thank you all for commenting, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it so far, and then we'll get this thing pulled in 48 minutes, and then I'll power up the stream again, and I'll see you then. All right. Thanks for commenting, thanks for watching.